Hi, my name is Anne Brady and I welcome you to our Mentoring Writers Resource Box podcast. Listen to learn more about the writing world. After all, the more you learn, the better writer you can become. One of the most important things I stress when I work as a mentor with writers is that writing is, and should always be, fun. There is a quote I like which is, "I hate writing, but loved having written." This has been attributed to more than one writer. However, I was told that it was actually Dorothy Parker who made this quote, although other famous writers have said something similar. Having quotations about the ease or arduousness of writing pinned above your writing desk is often a great incentive. They give you little reminders that things can be easy, but also hard, urging you onward and reminding you that for every wrong way, there is a correct one. But more importantly, if you are suffering for your craft, then you must be doing it right. Many writers, when they first start writing, especially literary fiction, feel tortured. Having followed the best writers of novels and short stories, they've dreamed of being one of those on the bestsellers lists. The types of stories you write, especially when you first start, need to be ones that will appeal. But sometimes what you think readers want isn't. So you write, but fail, and wonder, what was the point? Sometimes you've changed tactics and wrote about cookie characters, and then find you were never quite sure what to do with the people you had created, other than giving them subtle epiphanies. As a result, your stories have appeared lifeless. And yet, maybe they were just good enough to get you into a creative writing course where you found that you too began to hate writing, but loved having written. And then along comes a writer who somehow inspires you. Books with a vast range of milieu, eras and states of consciousness and incredible vividness. And maybe this writer's work has showed you the way to progress. Perhaps the author agrees to work with you or help you in your journey. But after going through all the training offered, instead of praise and validation, you get something such as, "It's well written, but you don't seem to be having much fun." Now, that is certainly a funny remark to make. Should writing be fun? After all, you wrote what you thought was needed, a well-wrought, realistic fiction you hoped would help you get published. But now you are confused. Fun, you say? But writing isn't supposed to be fun. Is this a foreign thing? You weren't miserable when you wrote. Well, you didn't think so. In fact, you had experienced quite a few moments of satisfaction as you hit the right detail, successfully solved a tricky plot or problem, or maybe even crafted the perfect scene. Doesn't all that count as having fun? Besides, wasn't it enjoyable to commiserate with fellow writers over a drink about how hard writing is? Now that definitely must have been fun. Having had the seed planted, you know you needed to figure out how to write in such a way so you could dive in, let loose, and enjoy yourself. Once you did that, you knew you had found your work was starting to come alive. But to be honest, you still weren't convinced. So you went back to plodding away at your writing, still believing that writing was just like doing exercises. You know, the unfun kind, weight machines and stair climbers, etc., which must have meant that you were doing it right. Perhaps it is at this point you should have looked at working with a writer's mentor. Had you done so, you would probably have found a new perspective to your writing, one that over time would lead you to understand that there is some writing you can find that will be absolute fun. The problem is, it might just not be fiction, at least not the sort you are currently writing. So maybe you should look at writing something different. This time, instead of a novel, why not consider writing a short story parody? One that is full of pretentious metaphors with dialogue clipped to the point of absurdity. Did I say that? I did, didn't I? Perhaps you can follow this up with a humorous piece on some subject or other which gets published in a magazine, and maybe then you will be asked to do more pieces, meaning your writing has suddenly taken off. All at once, because of this, you start finding the joy and the fun of writing. Something that is a relief from the day-to-day grind of writing a novel. And eventually you will come full circle and you'll launch your debut book. By this time you will have learnt how to write both sides of fiction, novel and short story pieces. Some might be serious, and some with the occasional side character for comic relief. Remember, not every writer continues writing in the same genre they did when first starting out. Many want to experience the different styles as well as varied genres. When writing, you need to utilise all your tools. If you have a voice and some humour, then bring them to your novels. Doing so will bring you success. So why wait until it becomes screamingly obvious that your book isn't selling before you act? I mean, there is no point spending 5 years writing a book only for it to be a flop. By letting go of what you think you should write and embracing the idea of doing what you do best, you will find you will enjoy your writing much more. Unfortunately, though, you cannot choose how long it will take you to get into your writing stride. Perhaps if you listen to your heart instead of your head and do not suffer the years of rejection and have fun, well then maybe things might be different for you. As a writer's mentor, I feel we must ensure that aspiring writers learn to understand what the aspects of their work are, and that they find satisfaction and excitement from every part of it. Complaining about the pain of writing, which I am sure most writers, no matter how far advanced they are, still do from time to time, is actually undeniably fun. But remember, when you bring your full self into your work, utilising all your tools with gay abandon, it is fun at a whole new level. And in some cases, it will yield a much better outcome and level of your craft. Think about it. If you need help with any aspect of your writing, or are interested in the other services we offer, or would like to chat with a mentor, then please check out our website. Or why not email us, contact@mentoringwriters.co.uk, and we will endeavour to assist you in your writing journey. Remember, writers, writing is, and should always be, fun, fun, fun. Happy writing. This was Anne Brady bringing you a Mentoring Writers Resource Box podcast. Thank you for listening, and we hope you will join us again.